Yeah.
Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Stella, and if you're just coming across my video, kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell because I post sewing tutorials on this channel, and trust me, you will be hooked. All right, now let's jump right into what we have today. All right, so today we will be looking at skirt finishing. All right, now not just skirt, the finishing of both your blouse, your skirt, your dress. All right, anything that you need your fashion fabric to be pulled inwards a bit. Okay, so we're going to look at it in details. Now I went ahead to cut out this piece of fabric. So here is my fashion fabric. Okay, and I have my lining here as well. All right, now the actual length of this is 8.5 inches. All right, so I'll go ahead and make a mark at 8.5 inches. All right, now what we have left is 2.5 inches, and that is the hemming allowance on this piece of fabric. Okay, so we have the actual length of 8.5 inches and we have the hemming allowance of 2.5 inches. The same thing applies on the lining as well. All right, we have the actual length of 8.5 and we have 2.5 inches hemming allowance on the lining because they were both cut the same. All right, now the first thing you're going to do is to go ahead and multiply your hemming allowance by 2. Remember, we have 2.5 inches hemming allowance on the fashion fabric and on the lining. So 2.5 inches multiplied by 2 will give us 5 inches. All right, so from the hem, I will come upwards by 5 inches. All right, this way, and I'll make a mark at 5 inches.
Yeah.
All right, so I have my 5 inches mark here. Now I will rule it across. Okay, remember what we did? The actual length is 8.5 and the hemming allowance is 2.5 inches. So I simply multiplied the 2.5 inches by 2 and that gave me 5 inches. All right, and I ruled it across. Now on your fashion fabric, you will come to the hem and you go upwards from the hem by ½ inch. Okay, so on the fashion fabric, I'm marking my ½ inch. All right, this way. Okay, and I will also rule it across.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what we have on the fashion fabric. I just marked ½ inch and I ruled it across. Now on the lining, from this 5 inches mark, you will come down by 1 inch. Okay, so you first multiply your hemming allowance by 2 and you mark it on your lining. All right, afterwards you will come down from that first line by 1 inch. Now this 1 inch that we have here, we'll be making use of ½ inch here to join the fashion fabric and ½ inch for the joining of the lining. All right, so that's the reason why I marked this extra 1 inch. All right, so I'll proceed now to cut. Okay, now there are two options. You can either make use of it this way, all right, or you cut it off entirely. But for this, I will go ahead and leave it this way. Okay, but you can also cut it off if you want, but I will be leaving mine this way because most of the time I don't cut it. So I'll proceed to come in with my fashion fabric. All right, now note that all my markings on the fashion fabric, this is the wrong side of the fashion fabric. All right, and this is the right side of the lining. So I'll come in with the fashion fabric and I will place the fashion fabric, all right, on our 1 inch line. Remember, I'm going to be placing the fashion fabric on this 1 inch line that I just came down with. So I'll place it this way, all right, and I'll pin it down.
Yeah.
Now I have pinned it down. So like I said, you can decide to leave this, okay, this way, or you can cut it off. But for me, most of the time I don't cut it off. I usually leave it this way. All right, now I'll take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to be stitching on this ½ inch line, all right, that we have on the fashion fabric. So I'll stitch this down and I will show us how to turn it. Remember, the actual length is 8.5 inches. Okay, I want us to bear that in mind. Now I'll go ahead and stitch on this ½ inch and we'll continue. All right, so here we have it. I have stitched down on the ½ inch. Okay, so look at it. I have it stitched on that ½ inch mark. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is to flip this, okay, this way, So I'll go ahead and flip it this way. All right. Okay, so we'll flip it this way. Now I'll go ahead and iron down this. Okay, so I'll iron it down flat. Okay, and we will look at it. All right, and here we have it. I am done ironing it down. Okay, so let's look at the inside. Can you see? Okay, so remember that our hemming allowance was 2.5 inches. Okay, so after sewing, what we are left with is 2 inches. And remember what I told us, that the actual length of this is 8.5 inches. So first, let's check. Can you see? So we have our 8.5 inches down. Okay, and we have the fashion fabric pulled inwards. All right, and we have the fashion fabric inwards by 2 inches. So what this simply means is that if you leave 2.5 inches as your hemming allowance, by the time you're done, you will be left with 2 inches inwards. Okay, so if you leave 2 inches hemming allowance, by the time you're done turning it with the lining, you'll be left with 1.5 inches. All right, so depending on how wide you want your fashion fabric, okay, how much of the fashion fabric you want inside your outfit, whether a skirt or a blouse or a gown, you will go ahead and increase your hemming allowance. All right, so now that we have this clearly demonstrated, I'll go ahead and sew my skirt. Okay, and I'll show us how to turn it this way as well. All right, so here is my skirt. This is a long pencil skirt. So this is the fashion fabric and the lining. Now, I only added 2 inches hemming allowance to this. So just like I had earlier explained, I multiplied it by 2, subtracted 1, marked it on the lining, the exact explanation. All right, now I'll go ahead and turn this. Okay, and I'll show us what it looks like. And here we have it. I have turned the fashion fabric with the lining. Now, can you see the hem? All right, remember my explanation that if you added 2 inches as your hemming allowance, when you're done, you'll be left with 1.5. All right, now let's measure and see. So what we have left is 1.5 inches, and this is because I added 2 inches hemming allowance. All right, so if you want yours bigger, go ahead and increase your hemming allowance. Okay, so this is my skirt. My slit is still open, so the only thing I have to do next on this skirt is to simply go ahead and finish up the slit. All right, and give it a good press, and that will be it. Okay, and just like I had explained, if you want your fabric more on the inside, go ahead and increase it. All right, so here we have it. I have finished the slit part. All right, you can see how neat this skirt is. All right, the part I love most is the fashion fabric that is inwards a bit. Okay, so now I'm simply trying to remeasure it to be sure that what we have there is 1.5, and it's 1.5 inches. All right, I'd like you guys to give this a try. Remember, if you want your fashion fabric inwards more than 1.5 on 2 inches, go ahead and increase your fashion fabric. Okay, now if you pay attention at the slit part, you will see that the lining is a bit inside. Okay, it's not on the same line with the fashion fabric, and it's intentional now, so that when the slit is slightly opened, when my client is wearing this, okay, to look very beautiful on the inside. All right, so this is it. We've come to the end of the video. Kindly subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.